Today's episode of Inside Gaming Daily is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code INSIDE in the search bar to get the favorite gift package for $69.99.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Monday.
It's Monday, we're clapping.
Clap!
It's Monday, yeah!
Hey, that's an
I'm excited to be
enthusiastic
back. I
mouth
missed everybody.
Happy Monday, let's talk console wars, baby. Mine is better, yours sucks. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, they're still about a year away, but now both Sony and Microsoft have revealed some details about their upcoming machines, emphasis on some.
With a little bit of emphasis.
Oh!
But hey, it's still enough to do some comparisons and get those online flame wars going. Finally, get some controversy stirring on the internet.
Yeah, it also means we're officially winding down this generation, which Sony unquestionably won, with the PlayStation 4 hitting near record sales numbers.
Yeah, but tell us about the Xbox, Brian.
Yeah, Microsoft had a bad start, but they did make some impressive strides at the end of the generation with services that provide a lot of bang for your buck, like Game Pass, and they did a lot of great work on accessibility, backwards compatibility. So the Xbox One might not have sold as well, but it definitely came on strong at the end.
A little bit of emphasis on game. I don't know where.
Not to mention, cloud gaming is looming, dark clouds on the horizon, with services like Google Stadia already launching, launching in quotes, and Microsoft's xCloud on the horizon. So there are going to be a lot of companies fighting to get us into their respective ecosystems.
But hardware is not dead yet, so we're going to dive into the specifics of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. All the specifics that we know now.
Well, before we talk about specs, we both know they're coming in the holiday 2020 season. That historically means November, so we're already less than a year away. So get ready, fellas. We are going to fight about this stuff for the next 11 months. It's going to be awesome.
Let's hear about some of those specs, huh?
Let's talk specs. And so far it's clear that both machines, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, are going to be a lot more powerful than their predecessors.
That's what a next generation is.
You should have known that before you clicked on the video, okay?
Dumb dunce.
What are you doing?
I feel like you're passive-aggressively making fun of the script here, and I do not appreciate it.
As for processors, we know that both will use the AMD Zen 2 CPUs.
That's a computer processing underground. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has said that the CPU on the Xbox Series X will be 4 times as fast as the CPU on the Xbox One X, which is obviously a huge step up.
That could have a lot of ramifications on future gameplay, right, Brian?
Yeah, we got possibly smarter enemy AI, better physics systems. So a beefier CPU can do all that. I've already thrown my Xbox One X in the trash in anticipation.
Both consoles will also use AMD GPUs that are based on the Navi architecture.
Oh, I see you.
I see you.
Okay, I see you, Brian.
Spencer, Phil, has said that the GPU on the Xbox Series X is a whopping 8 times faster than the baseline Xbox One and twice as fast as the Xbox One X. Consider me whopped.
It's been estimated that it'll have 12 teraflops of processing power. Yeah, I know, calm down. Which, if our math is correct, works out to twice the power of the One X.
And our math is always correct. In a post on the Xbox site, Spencer wrote that the new machine will have world-class visuals in 4K at 60 frames per second with the possibility of up to 120 frames per second, including support for variable refresh rate, VRR, and 8K capability. That'll play nice on my TLC Roku TV.
Yeah.
Didn't they already promise 4K and 60 FPS on the One X? What were they just like, psych? This time we really mean it though.
I mean, I think it does that.
I think it was fake baby 4K.
It will also support ray tracing, and as Spencer put it, a new level of performance never before seen in a console.
Yeah, Brian, can you tell us a little more about it?
Well, meanwhile, the Xbox Series X will also have a solid-state drive, which Spencer said will, quote, virtually eliminate load times.
Emphasis
I
on
assume
load.
it'll also recycle your glass and plastics and aluminum.
Yeah, and it can be stripped for gold if you don't want it anymore.
Heroin junkies will remove all the copper wiring from it.
Put your copy down.
Get your head in the game, dude.
This is BTS.
Sorry, I had to spook him in. Sometimes you gotta jump start him. Okay, so what do we know about the PlayStation 5? Well, it's been reported that its CPU will be based on the 3rd generation of AMD's Ryzen line and contain 8 cores of the company's new 7nm Zen 2 microarchitecture.
Ooh, I'm almost there. Keep going.
Do we all keep up on that?
And like the Xbox Series X, its GPU will be a custom AMD Navi processor that will, I see you, also support ray tracing.
Yeah, Sony.
Jake Sully. Do you want to finger my ponytail?
No, thank you.
Are you sure?
Okay, yeah, I'm good. Sony, though, hasn't quantified how much more powerful the PS5 will be than, say, a PS4 Pro, but you can assume it'll be a big leap up.
Yeah, duh, it's the new generation, of course.
The PS5 will also have a solid-state drive, cool, and will support up to 8K. Sony has made a big deal about cutting down on load times.
In a story earlier this year, Wired tested a PS5 dev kit showing that it took only 0.8 seconds to load up Spider-Man versus 15 seconds on a PS4 Pro. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought Spider-Man. Are we talking about the Flash? Because I thought we were talking about Spider-Man.
Oh, that's
horrible.
I hate that so much.
He's a different superhero. Its designer, Mark Cerny, has also made a big deal out of the PS5's sound, which he referred to as 3D audio. That will be a dramatic difference from the PlayStation 4. Sounds a little gimmicky.
Now, this is going to sound great on my built-in TV speakers.
My Vizio that has nothing between bass and treble is surely going to be able to handle the wonders of Cerny's
feature in video games. Both consoles will also have optical drives, and we know that the PS5s will be 4K Blu-ray, so...
Finally, I'll be able to watch my 4K Blu-ray copy of Chef.
The way Favreau meant it to be seen. Yeah, Brian, where do they differ?
Well, so backwards compatibility is one area where they do have some difference. We'll dive a little bit deeper into that in just a minute, but before we do, hey, are you fast forwarding already? Woo, tough audience. Anyway, here's an ad about meat.
Thank you, Brian. Today's brought to you by Omaha Steaks. What's better than having steak delivered to your door? It's super easy to make, and today Omaha Steaks is giving our viewers a special deal. They're sharing an amazing limited time offer, and there's still time to place your order for the holidays. Go to Omaha Steaks and enter the code INSIDE in the search bar to order the favorite gift package. It's the gift everyone will love for only $69.99. What does it come with, you ask? Well, hold your horses, okay? It comes with 4 6-ounce bacon-wrapped filet mignons. I've made many of those, and they're very tasty. 4 savory premium pork chops, 4 Omaha Steaks burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin perfectly browned, 4 caramel apple tartlets, an excellent treat, and an Omaha Steaks signature seasoning packet, plus, only for our viewers, a free 6-piece cutlery set and cutting board. All this delicious food plus the free cutlery set they'll enjoy for years to come for only $69.99. Omaha Steaks are the most tender, the most flavorful, and you can only get steaks of this quality from Omaha Steaks, which is America's original butcher. So it comes flash frozen and vacuum sealed. It tastes fresh. It does not taste as though it has been transported miles to get to your door. Yes, yours. So don't wait. If you want to take advantage of this offer and get your gift there before the holidays are over, go to omahasteaks.com, type INSIDE into the search bar to order the gift everyone will love, the favorite gift package today, $69.99. Again, that's code INSIDE at omahasteaks.com.
Yeah, so we're back with the story again. So the Xbox Series X will be compatible with all previous Xbox games back to the very first console. So that's going to be really awesome. That's my analysis.
The PS5 will be compatible with PS4 games, and only PS4 games, so there's still going to be a lot of old games that you won't be able to play.
At least I can still play Bloodborne, that's all that matters. So backwards compatibility was a huge plus in the Xbox One, and Microsoft clearly wants to keep that going during the next generation.
Yeah, Microsoft also showed off the new Xbox wireless controller with a refined size and shape, along with a hybrid D-pad that was inspired by the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2. Wow. It's also compatible with Xbox One and Windows 10 PCs. I love that controller. I'm so glad that they're not reinventing the wheel.
It's a very good
It's
controller.
tremendous controller.
Sony hasn't showed off the PS5 controller yet, but we've seen patents for a DualShock 5 controller that reportedly will have more sophisticated haptic feedbacks and dynamic triggers. They haven't really changed controller design though since the PS1.
Which is great.
Yeah, no, it's also a great controller.
There are also reports that the controller will be able to be used by multiple people at once with different buttons assigned to different players. Okay.
Not going to be awkward at all.
Yeah, definitely something I'm gonna use.
As for cloud gaming, that's obviously lingering over the next generation. Xbox said that the
Sorry, take that again. It said Xbox said instead of Microsoft.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
Grip not so bad now, is it, pretty boy?
So Microsoft said that the Xbox Series X is designed for a future in the cloud with unique capabilities built into the hardware and software to make it as easy as possible to bring great games to both console and elsewhere.
That's obviously a reference to xCloud, right, Brian?
Yeah, the xCloud streaming service, which is currently in beta and will most certainly play a big role next generation. So I was hard for all those stats, and now I'm very flaccid.
Sony hasn't said as much about the topic, although they have been beefing up their PS Now service, speaking of hard.
In an interview with Wired earlier this year, Cerny didn't speak much about the topic, but said that we are cloud gaming pioneers, and our vision should become clear as we head towards launch.
That sounds kind of sinister.
Yeah, real. You'll know of my plan
Everything
in due
will become
time.
clear.
Yeah.
But despite those bold words about being cloud gaming pioneers, The Verge had an interesting article earlier this month about how Sony actually had a lead in cloud gaming earlier this decade and then completely blew it.
Yeah, the piece talks about how Sony bought a cloud gaming startup named Gaikai back in 2012 for $380 million. They even bought a competitor too named OnLive. And live on it did not.
Despite launching PlayStation Now in 2015, Sony has treated it pretty much like an afterthought until recently.
Yeah, and that lag has allowed competitors like Google to step into that space with Stadia, which everyone loves, and it's been a huge success for them.
Yeah, it's the 9/11 of this generation. You remember exactly where you were when Stadia launched, and nothing was ever the same.
But yeah, JK, Stadia's not exactly setting the world on fire at the moment, but we're still early in the cloud gaming wars. But yeah, if anything, this upcoming generation is kind of showing that hardware still matters to the gaming audience. Otherwise, Sony and Microsoft wouldn't be talking theirs up a year ahead of time.
Yeah, the jury is still out on Stadia, and the service still has a lot of question marks, but local hardware still guarantees that you can play a game reliably and with no internet connection.
So while the future might be here soon when it comes to cloud gaming, Sony and Microsoft are still making it clear that you'll have some fancy new machines to play around with a year from now.
Ooh, I love that new tech. Brian, you love new tech?
You know I do, baby. I'm about to pick my favorite and then send death threats to whoever dares to question me.
In the meantime, Patrick?
It's all about getting you, as a gamer, into their respective ecosystems and continuing to both play games and, ideally for the companies, buy a subscription service.
Yeah, obviously PS Plus and Xbox Live Gold have been around for a while now, but Microsoft has shown with Game Pass that people will sign up for more services if the value is there.
Game Pass is good. It's totally worth it.
I'll peruse every month or so and then not download anything.
I'm just glad it's there.
Yeah.
It's like I want to live in a city where there's a lot of live music and things to do. I don't want to actually do them, but I'm happy they're there.
Right, for when friends come to town.
Yeah, exactly.
I got Game Pass to get Forza Horizons 4 instead of spending $60 outright, and I've saved a ton of money by now spending $150 on it.
So, Brian, that's basically all we know, right?
Yeah, meanwhile, the Switch is just off on its own, being a lower powered portable and selling like crazy. So they're just, I don't know. This is like the second console Nintendo's put out this generation. So it'll be around for a while.
They're gonna be selling Switches until we're all dead.
And most importantly, it seems like they're going to be allowing porn games.
Oh yeah, they got Mirror on it coming out. I talked about that on the Weekend Roundup.
That's the Halo killer.
Welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Friday.
Yeah, do it with me. Yeah! Friday after the Game Awards, everyone. But before we get into that, we gotta do a quick little in memoriam. The laptop died this morning. Like I said, it's the Friday after